it was the entire finished What Separates Me From You, like the day it was finished.
No.
It was the first copy of it, the only one available.
Hey guys, James Wilson Taylor here for Roxanne with another of our video calls. We are chatting to everybody while we are all stuck in lockdown right now. I'm delighted to say, from A Day to Remember, Jeremy's on the line now. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, we've kind of been checking in with everyone up top, just making sure you are okay where you are, everyone's safe, everyone healthy. How's it all going where you are?
Everything is good. I don't know anybody who's been affected just yet, thankfully. So I know a lot of people are, though. So I hope everybody out there's staying safe.
Yeah, positive message. Yeah, got to keep those positive vibes going for sure. And, you know, it's nice to be able to catch up with people in this way and actually be in a position where, while we'll get onto tours and stuff in a sec, which has obviously been kind of all over the place for everybody, still able to release new music, which is fantastic. So let's dive in with that new single, Mindreader. It's kind of just dropped at the time of recording. Talk to me about how that particular track came together for you guys.
So actually, that was me getting in a room with Mike Green, which that was thrown out as an idea. We've collaborated with people on almost every record now. We like to do like a few tracks here and there sprinkled out, just so it doesn't feel like the same person has wrote every song. So it's like just that little hint of difference on the same idea that makes you want to listen to the whole record instead of just like 4 songs. You know what I mean? That's always been my approach anyways. So I get in a room with Mike Green, don't really know what to expect. And he's like, we can do whatever you want, but I got this idea that I was working on this morning. And it was that riff, that and I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So we're definitely going to work on this. And, yeah, I just started spitballing like lyrics and it was like one of those lightning in a bottle moments. It wrote itself. I was in the other room tracking the vocals within like 3 hours.
Oh, wow. That is a very quick turnaround.
It's a very quick turnaround. I walked out of there that day with that whole song tracked.
Wow. Man, I guess when you know, when it clicks, it just clicks like that.
It was like that. And it was pretty sick how it all went down. I was in there in the booth. You can hear all these like little nuances in the vocals, like weird pronunciation things, like cut off words. Like I was in the booth, I was feeling that damn track, and you can feel it if you really listen to the performance. And personally, I love the lyrics. It was my take on trying to throw you off the scent. So I'm talking about all these like spooky things in the first verse, and the name of the song is Mindreader. So I wanted to throw people off of my meaning of like, what is he talking about? You know, he's talking about like powers of the mind and all this space and time stuff. Like, what is this? This is like some supernatural shit he's talking about. But actually, the chorus hits, and I'm just talking about having a lighthearted argument with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know, I saw somebody in the comments say, this is a song about arguing with your girlfriend on where to eat. And that's exactly the song. That's it.
I love that. Basic arguments wrapped up in cosmic wordplay. That is very cool.
Yeah, it's like you think I'm talking about this like wild, like sci-fi thing, but no, I'm just talking about men are from Mars, women are from Venus, essentially.
Hey, a universal feeling. That's a nice attitude to have, a nice area to kind of look into for sure. And in terms of then kind of more new music, obviously we've heard a few new tracks from you guys over the kind of last year or so. The album, You're Welcome. We know it's coming. We know obviously it's had to be pushed back for obviously the world's kind of crazy at the minute. But where exactly are you guys at in terms of the album? Are we pretty much ready to go now? Where are we at?
We're pretty much ready to go. We're still working on our album art. And I know that's a frustrating answer for a lot of people, but all I can say is we have a standard that I'm not willing to dip below just to put something out. And I know that sucks. I've had multiple people be like, man, album art isn't what it used to be. It's going to be a little picture this big in the corner of a cell phone now. You know what I mean? It's like, we're really not going to put out the whole record because of that. I'm like, I got principles.
You got principals and you got fans who've got everything on vinyl who want it lined up, man. You've got to keep
Right.
that standard. I like that. That's
Right. You
understandable.
know, it would be a lot easier if we just took that guy silhouette and just tossed him out and just gave you some cool artwork. But then it would be like, we're going to look back on this 8 years from now, and we had this cool thing of all these individual characters that represent their own thing just by seeing their silhouette. And then we just don't for this record.
Yeah, I get that.
No,
I think fans
I say
appreciate
no.
that as well. I think they appreciate that, man. But in terms of the actual music side of things, you think you're pretty much there now? It's pretty much kind of ready to go, finishing touches?
Yeah, we're approving like some of the final masters right now.
Oh,
It's
great.
it's it's all mixed. We're just going to get it all level, all sounding good together. And yeah, we're not starting from scratch on the artwork either. Like, we have some things that we think are cool. We're trying to expand. We're trying to get it there. We're hopeful. We're hopeful it's coming soon. We're working. We really are.
Man, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. And in terms of, you mentioned your boy Mike there, of course. Who else have you kind of been working with this time around? Who's been coming to the studio? Who you've been playing around with?
Oh my God. I got to work with so many cool people this time around. And that was really the name of the game. It's like, let's just write as many cool song ideas as possible, and then worry about being a day to remember later. Because honestly, that's what we've done our whole career. It's like, we never sit down and they're like, okay, we're going to write a chorus that feels like a punk band here and then have an actual beat down part here. It's never like that. It's always like this fluid, changing thing depending on what the song needs. So we just wanted to start off with, let's just write a good song first and then just see where it goes. So we did that with a lot of different people. Colin Britton he produced this record. We did a lot of stuff with him and us as a band, like working with things. Degenerates, Mindreader, and then another song on the record I did with Mike Green. And then we took it to the full band thing in Orlando, did our thing to it. Another track I was excited about, I collaborated with Jon Bellion.
Wow, that's an interesting notion right there. That's very cool.
It was one of the most amazing experiences of my entire musical career. So that ended up being like the acoustic song on the record. So I'm excited. There was just so many amazing moments throughout the whole thing. So I'm really excited to share it with people.
Man, it's exciting. It's good to see you hyped up for this stuff as well. It's always really exciting to get to talk to bands when they really feel like they've got something ready to go and can't wait to kind of get it out there to the people.
We definitely feel that way.
That's good,
So I
man.
cannot wait to be playing this for people.
Yeah, well, we should say, I mean, obviously, you know, it's been a recurring theme in all these interviews I've been having recently. Everyone's dying to get back on stage. Of course we are. It's the weirdest time on earth. We're all missing live music so much. And I think you in particular must be, not only because you guys are ready to go almost with the record and want to play those new songs for people, but the last couple of tours, particularly over here, it's just got bigger and bigger, man. I'm thinking Wembley Arena, Reading and Leeds. We, of course, last saw you guys over here for playing like second from top. I mean, it's crazy. You must be missing, particularly UK crowds, I'd imagine, just as it gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. But I'll tell you what, that next tour, whoever gets it, you're going to get some good shows, because holy hell, what a way to reset being appreciative of what you have. You know what I mean? I was just talking to my wife about that a few days ago. It's like those next tours we do, it's just what a new perspective the world's going to have. You know what I mean? It's like, would you have ever believed that you wouldn't be able to be around people? You know what I mean? Like, you can't go be in a room with 10 people, much less 10,000. You know what I mean? So it's just going to be an amazing thing when we all feel confident enough to get out there and celebrate together.
No, it's going to be a crazy party, man. Can't wait for all that kind of stuff to come in. I want to ask you briefly about an anniversary that's kind of coming up, which I don't know if you guys have thought about yet, but one of my favorite albums of yours, which is What Separates Me From You, that's 10 years coming up, man. Almost a decade since that was released, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, just kind of wanted to get, just generally, how you look back on those songs now, particularly as you're working on a new record. You know, how do you look back on that record? What did you learn from it? Any particular memories of that era for you?
Oh my God. I mean, those two records in a row completely changed our lives. So I look back on them fondly. I'll never forget just a funny moment from that. And you bringing up that record specifically, I don't know why I come back to this, but I remember finishing the record, and management and John Janik, who at the time was the head of Fueled by Ramen, he was a part of our management team, but he's a busy man. You know, he ran Fueled by for many years. He's now doing other things in the industry. So it's a special thing when he has time to come in person and be a part of stuff. But he was in Florida. He came to check stuff out. So we have him there. We have the rest of management, the whole band, Tom, we have Andrew Wade there, and we're playing some tracks for him. The record's done. We've got one burnt copy of the record in hand. And if I remember correctly, Alex asked to go listen to it in his car or something. He just wanted to hear how it sounded in his car. And we're all like, okay, but, you can't have this. We're going to get rid of this so it's not floating around out there. So some time passes. He goes outside. He comes back in. We've been hanging out talking about the record. He comes back in. We're like, yo, where's the record? And he says, oh, I threw it in the parking lot to get rid of it. And we're like, what? You just threw our unreleased record in a parking lot? So we all file out of the studio, and all of us are searching an entire massive parking lot, including John Janet, looking for a CD that Alex says he threw in a parking lot. We still to this day don't know what actually happened to that record. He swears he did that. We even got a new CD, threw it from the space he told us he threw it at, and followed where it went a few times to try to find where it rolled.
So back up. This CD, did it have that it was you guys written on it or anything like that? Or was it just literally a blank CD that was out there?
It was the entire finished What Separates Me From You, like the day it was finished.
No.
It was the first copy of it, the only one available. And honestly, to this day, I don't know that he's admitted what he actually did with the record. So,
what do we think? Did he I reckon now, just hearing that story, it's like, okay, he accidentally broke it or something, and that's his cover story. Something, he sat on it in the car or something like that.
I don't know what he did with it, honestly, to this day. I would love to get his opinion now to see if he'd tell the truth about it.
Dude, I'd love it if he actually threw it away and some random kid found it and is just sitting on that copy somewhere today. That'd be so good.
Somebody might have it out there. Who knows?
Hey, if you're watching this and you have it, get in touch, because I love that story too much. That's amazing. Other really cool thing that's just been announced this week, again, at the time of recording, working with your old friends on The Ghost Inside again. I mean, that must have been such an amazing experience, right?
It was, yeah. Just having them want me to be a part of it was amazing, because it's such an important record for them. And, that was something I really tried to respect.
Yeah, I mean, that's just studio sessions. I mean, I want to leave it more of a story for them to tell, obviously. But again, it must have been such a kind of emotional and really kind of powerful moment, kind of getting back in the studio with those guys.
It was. I got to witness firsthand them coming together and being a group again, with them not really knowing how that dynamic was going to work. And I got to see it unfold in real time. And then to get to go see him play that first show back, and just the whole thing was really emotional, and I'm really proud of those guys.
That's good to hear, man. Can't wait to hear more new music from them. Here's what I'll leave you with, man. Lockdown plans in general, because I've seen you guys online. You've been doing some kind of cool stuff. I saw Kevin teaching people how to play Mindreader. That's very cool. Yeah. Saw that online. Even your announce, you were doing it on Zoom like this. So clearly you guys are thinking a little bit about stuff you can kind of do in this weird time. Have you got any more ideas up your sleeve you want to share?
We don't really have anything set in stone. I'm kicking around the idea of just playing a song acoustic or something for people, but we'll see. We're just trying to get as much stuff out as possible in the meantime, since the record isn't actually ready to go just yet. We appreciate that people care, and we appreciate that they're that they're anxious to get a hold of it. So until it's done, we're going to continue to try to give them as much as we can.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. Well, in the meantime, stay safe. And like I've been saying with everybody, hope to see you face to face when all this madness is done, then we can do this properly again. But in the meantime, all the best to you, man. And yeah, looking forward to more new music.
You too. Stay safe out there. Do not ingest cleaning products.
Solid advice. Solid advice, man. All right, Jeremy, everybody.